Welcome to this Saturday update at Black Dog Mine. For those of you who've been following my story, I'm a relative beginner. This is my first ever model railway layout. Railroad, I guess I should call it, since it's American themed. It's my first ever, and I've been really enjoying seeing it progress. I've been doing bits and pieces on the layout, adding some figures, a bit more life to it, and a few more lighting effects. There's still, as you would expect, lots more to do. I've never attempted or wanted to make it anything like prototypical, but just a fun layout, especially for youngsters to enjoy, as well as oldsters like me. Few things I wish I'd done differently now. A lot of these buildings I made out of just scrap bits of plywood and odd bits of timber strip I found. I'm based in the UK. We have a good DIY type chain called B&Q. So for example, this strip here I used to build this, what are we going to call it, ore bin / tipple. That's just, I think it was 5mm square, but it was ever so cheap. It's a lot cheaper than buying bass timber or anything like that. But when it comes to the roofing, I really should have had that done in separate small sections, because you'd never roof a building like that with full sheets across like so normally. So I'm going to start adding a few patches and things to try and improve that a bit, but I'm not going crazy. As I say, I'm just trying to keep this simple, deliberately a bit crude and fun. The few more technical details. I've got quite a lot of lighting on here. As you see, there's quite a lot of lights on poles. I think there's about 14 of them, and then there's these, what I'm calling sort of gooseneck lights on some of the building fascias. The two-station loco shed's got a strip of LEDs in there that you just cut off the length you want. But pretty much everything has a light in it. All the buildings, including the, it's not a linesman's hut, it's I suppose a manager's shack of some sort. And the camp shower unit up there. The dynamite shed has a very low level light in there. Materials workshop. The mine manager's shack workshop there, and so on. I've got, I'm trying to think now, I think it's 3 power supplies I'm using for all of this. They're just 12-volt DC ones, but that's more than enough to cope with all of this, including my 24 sound MP3 unit I built. And I've also got power supply for these pulse width modulation controllers here. If I lift the top off, you can see this has 2 modules that are quite cheap to buy, quite simple to wire up. These boxes are made by, as it says on the top, Budget Model Railways. You can Google them. They're based in England. This one I'm using just for the turntable, the Kitwood Hills turntable, with a reverse polarity switch there. This one's being used to control blocks B and C on the layout. Got 11 points. They're all powered by Pico point motors, and then buried into this control console here there's a capacitor discharge unit. I'm using an old Hornby R965 as control for DC, and an old fairly basic Bachmann DCC unit here for that track, which you can switch with this double pole changeover from DC to DCC. Doing a bit more work on the landscaping. It's probably the weakest part of it, but all that was produced with just old bits of timber, some chicken wire, the plaster impregnated bandage and some sculptor mould. It's not amazing, but it's okay, I'm happy with it. This is like an artist's impression, like a view inside one of the mine adits. Of course, fictitiously, this would all connect up with other networks of the mine as they chased the veins, as it were. Ditto over here. Over this side we've got very old original exploratory workings, really. And that proved to be a success, and the mine developed from there. I'm going to winch this up. If you follow some of my other videos, in fact, I would be nice if you did to subscribe to the channel. It's not monetized, so you shouldn't get pestered with adverts, but if you could like the videos, that would really help and also encourage me to produce more. But this is winched, can be winched up to the ceiling with a hand cranked boat winch, and then nylon cords and a pulley block system up onto the ceiling. Those chains are there as additional securities. If any one of the nylon cords ever broke or became discontinued, those chains, which do actually connect underneath to the baseboard of the layout, will stop it falling. So that's a bit of a security feature. Anyway, this is probably the last video of the layout for a few weeks. I need to get access to my work surface underneath all this so I can start doing more loco work. I've got a few repairs to carry out, including to another shay, geared shay, which, yes, of course, it has the gears split issue. I've got some other conversions where I want to put DCC decoders in. Got some backward miniatures kits to finish off. If you haven't already spotted it, this is the backward miniatures centre cab Whitcomb on an Atho donor chassis. That's DCC, and this one is the Porter 042 with a backwards miniatures side tank conversion and a number of other parts. It's oil fired, as you can see. We've just had supplies come in to the mine here. As you can see, we've got steam locomotives that still need coal, of course. We've got gas mechanicals, so they need their fuel, and also a few diesel porters. So this is brought in from much further afield to keep everything running smoothly. I'm also going to run a few more short videos on some of my locos in the fleet. Quite a number of you have expressed interest in that. So subscribe, preferably like everything, that would be amazing. Any questions, just add those to the comments and I'll get back to you. Again, note for the beginner, don't be put off, just get on with it, enjoy it, have realistic expectations, and don't ever be put off. Do what you want, so you end up with your layout that fulfills what you're after. Enjoy your modelling.